Your dog is not interrupting your phone call because they want attention. They are interrupting it because they have learned something about you, something you have not admitted to yourself yet. The behavior is not random. It is a readout. If you want to understand what your dog is really telling you, you are in the right place. You have seen it. You pick up your phone, and within seconds your dog materializes. They nudge your hand. They put a paw on your leg. They bark once, not urgently, just pointedly. They drop a toy at your feet, then look up at you with an expression that is unmistakably a request. Or they do the subtler thing. They stand directly in your line of sight, between you and the screen, and just wait. This happens on video calls. It happens during long scroll sessions. It happens at exactly the moment you finally sit down, phone in hand, to decompress after a hard day. Your dog picks that moment, specifically that moment, to need something from you. Most owners read this as demanding behavior. They interpret it as neediness or a bad habit, or proof that their dog is spoiled. They feel vaguely guilty, or mildly annoyed, or both at once. And they either give in and put the phone down, or they ignore the dog until it escalates. But neither of those responses addresses what is actually happening. Because what is actually happening is not about the phone. It is about what you communicate the moment you pick it up. Here's what I want you to sit with for a moment. Your dog is not reacting to the phone. They are reacting to the shift in you that happens when you pick it up. Dogs are extraordinarily sensitive readers of presence. Not just your physical location, your emotional and attentional presence. And when you pick up your phone, something specific happens to your body. Your gaze drops, your posture closes, your micro-expressions flatten. The subtle, continuous stream of social signals you normally broadcast, the glances, the small sounds, the postural adjustments that say, "I am here and aware of you," all of it stops. You are physically in the room and socially absent simultaneously. Now here's where the research becomes important. There is a body of work on what is called technoference, the intrusion of technology into interpersonal moments, built primarily from studies of parents and children. When I came across the work of Kildare and Middlemiss, published in 2017 in the journal Computers and Human Behavior, I found what I believe is the most honest description of what your dog is actually responding to. Their research found that the problem was not the amount of time on devices. It was the specific relational withdrawal that device use signals, the sudden, unpredicted interruption of attentional availability. Your dog has learned that you have two modes, and they do not prefer the phone mode. Number 1. You have constructed a relationship your dog now refuses to accept as part-time. This is what I think of as the presence paradox. The more emotionally attentive you are to your dog during connected moments, the more legible your absence becomes the moment you disconnect. If you're someone who talks to your dog throughout the day, who makes eye contact when they come near you, who responds to their signals with warmth and consistency, you have trained them to expect a standard of attentiveness that a phone breaks without warning. Your dog is not spoiled. Your dog has been given a relational baseline, and they are responding rationally when that baseline disappears. The behavior you call attention-seeking is actually pattern enforcement. They are asking you to be consistent. This maps directly onto what Kildare and Middlemiss found in their parent-child research. The children who showed the most distress at parental phone use were not the neglected ones. They were the ones with warm, engaged parents whose phone behavior created a sudden, unpredicted gap. The contrast, not the baseline, is what registers as loss. Your dog is experiencing exactly that contrast. The phone is not the problem. The gap it creates in an otherwise present relationship is. If that just made you see your relationship with your pet in a completely different way, hit subscribe. We explore the science of the human-pet bond every week and what it reveals about us. Let us keep going. Number 2. Your dog's timing is not coincidental, and what it reveals about you is more specific than you might be comfortable with. I want you to think about when the interruptions happen, not just that they happen, but when. Is it during calls? When your voice is active but not directed at your dog? Is it during quiet scroll sessions when your presence goes completely silent? Is it at specific times of day or after specific triggers, like the sound of a notification or the moment you sit down? Your dog has mapped your phone behavior with a precision you have not applied yourself. They know which kind of phone use signals the longest absence. They know which posture means you are not coming back to them soon. They have built a predictive model of your digital habits, and they are responding to the pattern, not the device. What this means is that your dog's escalation pattern tracks your own inconsistency. If they interrupt video calls more than scroll sessions, it may be because your voice during calls creates a confusing social signal. You sound present but are not present for them. If the interruptions peak in the evening, it may be because that is when your phone use is least predictable and most sustained. Your dog is not reacting randomly. They are telling you where your consistency breaks down. Number 3, the way you respond to the first interruption has trained everything that comes after. Here is a dynamic most owners never examine. The escalation pattern your dog shows during phone use is a direct map of your own response history. If your dog starts with a nudge, then tries a paw, then barks, then knocks something off the table, that graduated sequence did not emerge from your dog's personality. It emerged from your pattern of response. Every time you waited until bark level to look up from your phone, you reinforced bark as the threshold for receiving attention. Every time you held out until the toy dropped in your lap before engaging, you reinforced the toy drop. Your dog did not decide to escalate. You decided repeatedly that nothing below escalation was worth responding to, and they learned your threshold with statistical precision. I find the parallel in McDaniel and Radesky's 2018 research compelling here. Published in JAMA Pediatrics, their work on parental technoference found that children whose parents consistently required escalated bids before responding showed higher rates of externalizing behavior. The parallel mechanism in dogs is the same. When the baseline bid is systematically ignored, the bid gets louder. Your dog's volume is a record of your attention thresholds. Number 4. For some owners, the phone has become a tool for avoiding the relationship, and your dog knows. This is the one that requires the most honesty. Not all phone use during which your dog seeks attention is passive or accidental. Some of it is deliberate. Some of it is a way of not being fully present in the room, not just with your dog, but with yourself. I am not saying this as an accusation. I am saying it because the behavioral data points here. If your dog's attention seeking is most intense at moments that feel emotionally loaded, at the end of a hard day, after a difficult conversation, during a period of ambient stress, it is possible your phone use at those moments is less about the content on the screen and more about the retreat from presence it offers. You are not watching a video. You are not answering anything urgent. You are buffering. And your dog, who has been tracking your nervous system all day, registers this. They are not competing with the phone. They are responding to the emotional withdrawal that preceded it. The tension in your posture, the flatness in your affect, the way the room changes when you need to not be in it. Their insistence in those moments is a bid for co-regulation. Number 5. The guilt you feel when your dog interrupts your phone use is data, and it is worth examining. Most owners experience a very specific feeling when their dog seeks attention during phone use. A flash of guilt followed immediately by a rationalization. I will just finish this. They are fine. This is my time. The rationalization is not the problem. The guilt that preceded it is worth staying with. Guilt is your internal recognition that the behavior conflicts with a value you hold, in this case, your own value around relational availability. You feel guilty because you know, in the moment, that you are choosing the phone over the relationship, and part of you believes that choice is not fully defensible. That is not a character flaw. That is moral awareness operating correctly. What is worth examining is what you do with it. If the guilt causes you to put the phone down, reconnect, and re-enter the room, that is the guilt functioning as intended. If the guilt causes a low-grade background irritation that you redirect toward the dog, if you feel vaguely annoyed at them for making you feel guilty, That is a displacement pattern. You are resenting the mirror. And that resentment, small as it is, changes how you move through the relationship. Number 6. Your dog keeps trying. That is the most important thing in this entire video. Every nudge, every paw on the knee, every toy dropped at your feet. These are repair attempts. In the language of attachment theory, a repair attempt is a bid to restore connection after a rupture. Your dog is not punishing you for phone use. They are not withdrawing from you. They are initiating repair, over and over, with a consistency that most humans cannot sustain. And this is where I want to slow down, because the owners who are most affected by this behavior, the ones who feel the most guilt, whose dogs escalate the most persistently, are often the owners whose relational impulse is fundamentally sound. You built a relationship worth defending. Your dog is defending it. Their persistence is proportional to the quality of connection they have learned to expect from you. The question is not whether you are a bad owner for using your phone. You are not. The question is whether you are willing to see your dog's behavior as an accurate report on your own relational availability. Not as a complaint, but as data. They are telling you where you go when you leave, and they are asking with every nudge if you would like to come back. So what do you do with this? I want to offer something practical, but I want to resist making this about training tips or screen time rules, because that misses the point. The behavior your dog is showing you is not a problem to manage. It is information about the kind of presence you're bringing to your life, to your relationship with your dog, yes, but also more broadly. The research on technoference, drawn from Kildare and Middlemiss and from McDaniel and Radesky, was built on parent-child dynamics, but its core finding transfers. The damage is not in the total time spent on devices. It is in the unpredictability of attentional withdrawal. Relationships tolerate consistent, bounded absence. What they struggle with is the sudden gap in a person who is otherwise warm and engaged. So the practical shift is not to put your phone down more. It is to make your phone use legible, to signal in whatever way is honest for you, when you are going away and when you are coming back. Dogs, like children, like partners, do not need constant access. They need to be able to predict you. They need your availability to have a shape they can understand. And the moment you begin to notice your dog's behavior as information rather than nuisance, that is the moment the relationship changes. Not because your dog changes, because you decide to be read. You picked up your phone today and your dog noticed. Not because they are needy or badly trained or demanding more than their share, but because they have been paying attention to you in a way that you perhaps have not been paying attention to yourself. The nudge against your arm, the paw on your knee, the toy placed with some ceremony directly on top of your screen. These are not complaints. They are bids. From a creature who has been reading the room all day, reading you, and who keeps trying anyway. That is what this behavior is. Not a management problem, not a training issue. A report from the most honest relationship in your life, delivered without judgment and with extraordinary patience. Your dog is not asking you to give up your phone. They are asking you to know where you go when you pick it up, and to find your way back. Now that you know your dog's attention-seeking during phone use is a precise readout of the intimacy gap you have created, when did you last notice your dog trying to reach you while you were on your phone? And what were you actually doing in that moment? Let us know in the comments. New episodes drop every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. Make sure you are subscribed to catch the next one. Until then, decode your dog. Decode yourself.